Aloha, everyone. A few house cleaning items I want to go over really quick. You should be receiving a new email every time I update the new positions quality page, every time I update the video lesson page, and every time I update, if you're a platinum subscriber, the new positions speculative page. If you are not getting 3 emails per post market scanning, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. If you're not receiving emails, please email admin@bigwavetrading.com and let us know. We had an email failure today. We're updating the site. We're going to be doing a lot of things different, but one thing that will always stay constant is you're always going to get a new positions quality update, video lesson update, new position speculative update, if there are new speculative positions, like there was today. But you did not get an email because I didn't get an email. Something went wrong. If this ever happens to you, please send admin@bigwavetrading.com, especially if you're not even getting the emails right now. As soon as I update these sections, you should be getting an email. If not, like always, check back in the morning, well before the pre-market opens, and everything will be fully updated and ready to go there. Now, with that out of the way, I want to make mention that this market is just insane to me right now. It's extended, it's overbought. I don't like what I see short term, and when that's combined with the low VIX and the tens, there's not really a whole reason to push new long signals here if they even do show up. And on that end, we finally have a normal, quote normal session following Tuesday's market. I only have 2 new high quality long positions. Let's get into them. ESE, I want you to look at the previous uptrend from the 2016 lows to the recent highs. That's a measured move I'm looking for, or I'm looking for that October to October, November, December measured move, or hell, even this August to November high here of 26% will do, especially whenever I'm risking at max 4%. So once again, we have our greater than 4 to 5 to 1 reward risk ratio, big previous uptrend. Bullish hammer candlestick price bar over candlestick price bar signal. Heavier above average volume with the pocket pivot point signal, and even though overall BOP is declining, it's still green and it jumped higher from the session before. So ESC is good to go on my end. I want to get long using a limit order. The high of the day, 62, because it's not extended. I will carry 3 stops on my position. One right here at 60.45, one right here at 49.40, and then I'm even going to have a third one at 57.75. You should not. Do not trade like me. I am going to take a full position. I'm putting $8,000+ into this stock, and I will have 3 stops. If any of these stops go on above average volume, or if it loses green BOP, that third one will be removed, and or possibly even the second. So keep that in mind. If a stock is not acting correctly right out of the gate, I'm immediately raising my stops. I'm not just twiddling my thumbs and waiting for the second and third one to hit. They get moved up immediately. But ESE, quasi, halfway, semi, canceling quality stock, was also in my price volume BOP surge scan. That's why it's getting 2% of my asset allocation total, and I do have that available to me following all the stops that triggered intraday today. The other new long position, CECO. Very nice technical pattern. The stock is moving back above the 50-day moving average on above average heavier volume. Once again, BOP is declining, but it's still green, and it moved up from the session before with that retake of the 50-day moving average, that candle over candle price bar. You can see the big, huge previous uptrend from the 2016 lows. But once again, even if we just use the recent August lows of the 62% gainer, and let's say that we're completely wrong on this one and we lose 3%, once again, we're at that 4 to 5 to 1 greater reward greater than risk ratio, and as long as that is present, I will always take these trades as long as the market's uptrending. Now, don't get me wrong, even though there's only 2 new long signals tonight, we got a shitload of sell signals, and once again, this isn't normal either. This is a byproduct of a market that refuses to pull back even 5%, combined with a low VIX environment. This combines to do two bad things. I have way too many positions. I'm overwhelmed with my workload, and the returns in the stocks that are working, I'm not getting goosed gains. CNIT is such a rarity from when I first went long. This should be normal. We should see a bunch of these at this point in the uptrend. The mere fact we haven't, as we go into January, we're going into a negative month overall for stocks. February raises my caution. So I just want to be a little bit more careful here. So once again with CECO, it's good enough because it's at that 50-day moving average, just like ESE. I passed on quite a few names today. EZPW was one. Why did I pass? Because the BOP surge today wasn't as high as the green BOP, and there's heavy distribution leading into today's signal, so that's why it's passed. CECO and ESE don't have that. You see more green on the chart, and in fact, just looking at it right now with ESE, you don't have any yellow really since November, and with CECO, you don't even have any red in this chart. So I want to get long CECO. Limit order, high at 1254. First cut loss level, and probably your only cut loss level if you take this trade, 1194. Once again, though, I'm doing three. I'm also going to have one 1140, and out of full disclosure, I will have a third one at 1059. This level goes before this and this level comes about, especially if it doesn't on heavier volume or loses green BOP. That's it. My stops get raised. I'm not waiting. Not going to sit there, just like I said, twiddle my thumbs and just wait for it to fail. I'm moving my stops and I'm getting out now, especially in this overbought market. Now, speaking of getting out, let's go over the sell signals. TGS is a 50% sell signal, even though it's closing above this low right here, which was going to trigger my 50% sell signal. It's closing below this day's low a day on above average volume for a confirmation close below the 20-day moving average on above average volume. So I want to get out of TGS. I want to bring up the stocks I am long so you can see the arrow from the day that I went long. So you can see what we got in TGS, and you can see from now to now it's basically flat for no gain. So TGS, 50% sell signal, whatever I have left, half of what I have left goes to this day's low a day. I then have 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here of the remaining half position on TGS. CRE is clear cut. It's closing below the 50-day moving average on above average volume. Half of my stops now go here, and my final stops are right here. Fails here, intraday low, I'm out of half. Fails here, I'm out of all of CRE. Those are the 50%ers. Now for the 100%ers, AKCA, clear cut, failing the low a day on above average volume. It basically was a full sell signal yesterday, but it ended up holding above my personal final cut loss level, so I just wanted to be fair to the website, and I held off on it. But AKCA is a straight up failure now. A larger loss. Thank God it was a smaller position. And TAIT, this was a speculative, quasi, semi, whatever, CANSOM quality chart. It's failing, closing below the 50-day moving average and this low a day on heavier volume. So it is a 100% full sell signal. I still have shares remaining. All of them get moved up to today's low a day. Same with AKCA, same with EIG. Fail, signal here, closing below low a day, 100% cut loss. I had one final stop here. That stop gets moved to today's low a day, so if it moves below 42.35, I will be all out of EIG. SkyW is a confirmation close below the 50-day moving average on above average volume, full sell signal. If it would have closed at 49.35, it would have just been another 50% sell signal, but since it closed below 49.35, it is a full below 50-day moving average confirmation sell signal, so it is a 100% sell signal. SkyW was a new long signal here. You'll be leaving with a 3% gain. SkyW, though, for me, I used a limit order, I think right back here. It did not hit the limit order. I then moved it to that day's low a day, and in the next 10 days, it never filled, so I never got a position personally in SkyW. CBS, I'm out of it all. Closing below the low a day, the signal day. I moved my final sell stop to yesterday's low a day. It moved below it. CBS, fail. UNTY, I did the same thing a few sessions ago. I moved my final sell stop to just below the 1.4 low a day. Since this was the long signal and it created a 50% sell signal here, looked like it was rolling over, lost green BOP, moved the final sell stop. I had one here, I had one here. moved it to here, closed below it today, knocking me completely out of it, but it's also a 100% full sell signal. And ARDM going into today, I had to stop here, 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 and here. It's a lot of stops, right? It hit every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stops, 7 triggered intraday. 100% full sell signal if you're long ARDM. I hope you're not. Get the hell out ASAP. That is not a chart I ever stick around in. Got to get out. Now, 7 stops for me was just $7. That's just one trade for most people. So it seems a bit obsessive, but it really wasn't, because if it just would have moved down a little bit and triggered maybe this stop and then moved higher, I wouldn't be regretting the sells at all. And as it is, I got protected by having one here, 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 and here. And even here, I got out with better prices. If I would have waited to the end of the day, my total dollar loss amount would have been astronomically much larger than what I just paid in commissions. Okay, everyone, that's the full sell signals and the new long signals. Once again, you should get an email for this video lesson being updated, but you might not this evening because of our issues. But tomorrow morning, I got 2 new speculative long positions I'm going to also test out. I'm going to publish a post. If you don't get any emails, please, please, please email admin@bigwavetrading.com. Aloha.